I think we can do lots as teachers and as schools in the system. I suppose I have an advantage when I'm standing here in a school that I'm an example without doing anything to my students of the benefits of travelling and being an exchange student. But I don't think I should sort of rest on those laurels and then not do anything active. And I don't think you have to have been an exchange student to see the benefits, or as a teacher want to try and promote it amongst your students. I think any teacher that's seen students that have come back from a year away can see the advantages and the amount of growing that they do in that year that you could never teach them. You could never design a curriculum that's going to give that. And I think we need to try and promote that. I think as teachers sometimes we can't see the forest for the trees. We get stuck in the details of the system, the curriculum that we're given, that there's expectations on us to make deliverables, to prepare students for tests, to get through the hoops and tick the boxes that the system gives us. And the danger in that is that we don't take a step back and see the bigger picture, and which is a lot of what we're talking about today, I think. In something like intercultural competence, it's not something you can put into a curriculum as one subject, it's an hour a week on the schedule. It's not like that. And I think we need, as teachers, to take the responsibility to make sure we have the time to give ourselves time to discuss these things and how do we do it, and how is it something that happens continually in our education system. I think we've also got in Sweden and possibly other countries a situation where the system doesn't automatically recognise that you've been away for a year. For those of you from Sweden know that the Swedish students returning need to repeat the year. There are ways they can try and get credit for that year. I had a completely different situation going back to Australia. They said, you've been at school, here's a document saying you've attended, it's okay. And I think that's something that as a system, it's a shame that it's designed the way it is, that it can't allow for students learning somewhere else, and that we still feel as a Swedish system we need to assess it according to our criteria. President Ahtisaari, if I've got the pronunciation there, talked about intercultural interaction, and Jan Eliasson mentioned it, and then the other panel members up here before the coffee break did as well. And I think going as an AFS exchange student, which we should encourage more in schools, gives that, but there's always a limited number of students that can take part in that, just the pure logistics of it. And I think as teachers we need to look at ways of how we can promote intercultural interaction or intercultural competency in schools for students who don't have the opportunity to travel. And that can be things like using exchange students that come to Sweden, come to Stockholm, or even come to my school to talk to other students. AFSs can be ambassadors for exchange programs. So I think we need to do more in schools as teachers to promote both leaving, but what you can do at home without going anywhere, because I think there's lots that we can do.